Alien Earth, the upcoming Alien franchise show that we'll be able to see on FX, is going to debut on August 12th. It is an 8-episode first season. I know, Nick, that the showrunner, Noah Hawley, is saying that if the show is a success, they want to do several more shows, several things in mind. We're talking like spin-off shows, maybe a movie. We're talking about all kinds of things. You could imagine there's going to be games created for this thing. If it is a hit, it has to be a hit. So, and he also says that eventually the show will cross paths with the events from the Aliens movie. Now, if you don't know a lot about this upcoming show, there's one thing that a lot of people are getting wrong. It's being commonly reported, Nick, as a show with the setting that is pre-Alien, Ridley Scott's 1979, first movie in the franchise.
Yeah.
And that is actually. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I actually got the official synopsis.
Yeah, give it to us.
So what we got is when the mysterious deep space research vessel USCSS crash lands on Earth, Wendy and a ragtag group of tactical soldiers make a fateful discovery that puts them face to face with the planet's greatest threat. The story is set in the year 2120, only 2 years before the original Alien and 16 after the events of Alien Covenant. At this time, Earth is governed by 5 corporations: Prodigy, Weyland-Yutani, Lynch, Dynamic, and Threshold.
Yeah, that's so.
And I'll get to the rest of the synopsis later, but just for the point Coach was talking about, the official synopsis says the story is set in the year 2120, but the showrunner had something different to say.
Yeah, the showrunner right here in an interview with Collider, they asked him point blank, when is the show? When and where? What is the setting? And he says right here, I think we exist somewhere around Aliens, around the James Cameron story. I haven't had to get crazy specific about it, but the events of the first film are referenced in the show at some point. So I think it's somewhere around the events of the second film, either before or just after. So the official synopsis and the other things being reported saying it's before Alien, incorrect. The events of Alien have already happened in the show, and we're speeding towards Aliens, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah. Or maybe it's after Alien. We don't know. He says he's not. He hasn't He hasn't gotten specific on it.
Well, no, it's not after Aliens because he says down the road he would like to have a show that crosses paths with when the Nostromo arrived at LV-426. That's one of the things that he mentions. That has not happened yet. Weyland-Yutani has not sent that team to LV-426 yet. You with me?
So when he says this is somewhere around Aliens, the James Cameron story, I'm guessing he's misspeaking there?
No, he's not misspeaking. It's just before it.
Oh, just before
Yeah.
it. Okay, gotcha, okay.
Not a long time before, but before that event. And but yeah,
because the Nostromo was from the first film.
Yes,
that's true. That's where you were throwing me off at. So
my bad.
I was like, wait,
my bad. All right, so look, guys, the show. There's so much more interesting about it than just the setting.
Yeah,
there's a lot to unwrap here. If you look at the original Alien movie and the Aliens movie, you really had to get to know the cast well. And that's something that all Alien films have done. There's always all these different individuals that bring something very different. That's something that's they all have. You got all these different characters to learn. This one's even more. And not only are you had a synthetic or an android in Aliens or in the Alien franchise. Now you have so much more than that. You have humans, you have cyborgs, people with robotic implants,
Yeah.
and you have you
Hybrid.
obviously have the synthetics, the androids,
Yeah.
and now in this show, you're getting a prototype from the Prodigy Corporation, and they are hybrids. The
Yep.
character that you see here is called Wendy. She is a hybrid. She was a dying child, and they took her consciousness and they uploaded it into this artificial body.
Yeah, yeah, and the synopsis hits on that a little bit. It says cyborgs and synths are common, but it's at this point that Prodigy comes up with hybrids, humanoid robots infused with human consciousness. Needless to say, the alien visitors aren't the only threat to humanity's survival.
Yeah, because they also teased in the Vanity Fair episode that the hybrids, who are known as the Lost Boys, even though some of them are girls, they're known as the Lost Boys, and they're given character names from Peter Pan. So, and this is Wendy here. They're called Heartless, and that we know that there is a side here. Timothy Oliphant plays a character. Let me find a picture, an image of him. He's playing a character named Kirsch, and Kirsch is trying. Man, I got so many things pulled. There he is. He's trying to convince the Lost Boys that why should you settle for just being human? You're so much more than that. And it's also it's almost like they're teasing that the Lost Boys are going to be an adversary to the humans as well, which I think could end up being, they're also called superhuman. We're talking about incredible strength, speed, all that. And one of the reasons that they came about to begin with is that the head of the Prodigy Corporation, his name is Boy. I wanted to say Kardashian. It's Boy Cavalier. His name is Boy Cavalier, kid genius, 19 years old in the movie, creates the Prodigy Corporation. He's got insane power and wealth. They jokingly said he owned like 20% of the planet they live on of Earth. He wants eternal life. He's on the quest to be able to live forever. So he will want eventually his consciousness put inside one of these hybrids. There's a lot going on here. And so it begs the question, Nick, how much screen time are the aliens going to get? Because there's so much going on here. And they asked, Collider asked Noah Hawley that, and he laughed and said, look, there's a lot of time for the aliens. Everything is done very proportionally. He said that is not going to be an issue. So, and you can find those comments here at the Collider article. Alien Earth director reveals how much Xenomorph screen time we're getting in the new series. So, and something else that they're doing, a quote that I thought was kind of interesting. He's wanting to give us something shocking that we haven't seen, like the first time you saw a chest buster. The first time you saw a face hooker.
Right.
And then the first time you saw the Xenomorph running around. And then James Cameron brings in the queen laying the eggs. Because those eggs had to come from somewhere. Okay. So he is trying to add a new element to this franchise that goes beyond those things. The quote here is, I'm trying to remystify Alien. So much of what made the first movie and the second movie so horrifying was that every time you thought you knew what the life cycle of this creature was, it got worse. It was like, okay, it's an egg. It's a giant crab that attaches to your face. Then it's like, no, it's a giant crab that lays another egg inside of you, then burst out. And then it's the queen. So this show's going to come up with a new element there, which, okay. And one more thing, and then we'll get your thoughts. I do like how they're paying homage to the original film in the franchise, because the way that it starts has an alien feel to it. They're in cryostasis. They're waking up. They're in the mess hall. They're eating breakfast. and the room that they're eating breakfast in looks very similar to the one on the Nostromo.
Yeah.
So all of that I thought pretty good there. So what are your thoughts? What are your concerns? Are you hyped about this show? Is this a must watch on day one? What are you thinking?
Yeah, this is definitely a must watch for me. I mean, everybody knows me and Coach are huge Alien and Predator franchise fans. So this is definitely a must watch for me. But thanks to the recent marketing materials, we've also learned more about one of the 5 alien creatures that were collected by the USCSS.
Maginot.
Yeah, Maginot in deep space. While the classic Xenomorph will remain at the center of the show, Alien Earth is expanding the horror associated with the series title to at least 4 other extraterrestrial organisms. So I think that could be very interesting. We kind of see some of that in the trailers. My only concern is the fact that, and I've had this concern since the show's announcement, where they said that this is going to take place on Earth. You know, of course, being set in the not so far future and on Earth, you know, I think it could be tricky to make the xenomorph element work without blowing up the canon continuity. That most people avoid the AVP flicks, which are traditionally ignored. And when the first AVP movie came out, I had issues with it taking place on Earth. I'm like, wait a second, aliens on Earth, and they've been here the whole time. But the showrunner stated that he wants to open up the usual alien premises. He said in a quote, he said, I thought it'd be interesting to open it up a little bit so that the stakes of what happens if you can't contain it are more immediate. So I think there's definitely going to be some interesting aspects to the show. I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. You know, as far as shows go for this year, this is definitely one on my at the top of my list to check out for sure.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. I feel the exact same. I cannot wait to check this one out. Now, one thing I have not done that you did, I have not seen the new trailer.
Yeah, yep. Coach has not seen the new trailer yet.
So we're watching the trailer right now.
Yeah.
Here's our reaction, or my reaction to it. Nick's already seen it.
Yeah,
I know he thinks it's good. So in all probability, I'm going to think it's really good too, because we normally agree on that kind of stuff. Here we go.
If I'm not human, what am I?
You're Wendy. You're a hybrid.
Of course, they got to put some copyrighted music in there.
Yeah, of course, man. Gotta hit the pause button momentarily.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mute. I swear. Is that Coldplay? Did somebody get caught cheating?
Yeah.
My gosh.
It does sound like Coldplay.
Looks like they're coming in hot.
Yeah.
This ship collected specimens.
And there's Timothy Oliphant's character, Kirsch.
Yep.
5 new life forms from distant planets. Monsters.
Executive producer Ridley Scott. Is this his last thing to do with Alien?
You know what? I hope so.
We don't lock them down.
Ooh. That goat was looking mad.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was some. If you back it up just a little bit on that scene, you can see it looks like some early versions of pulse rifles.
Okay.
And if you pause it on that screen when it shows them walking, I'll point some stuff out to you.
So this is Boyd, whatever, or Boy Cavalier, the owner of the company.
Yeah.
We don't lock them down.
Yeah, right there.
It will be too late.
Yeah, there was some early versions of pulse rifles, a smart gun in there, and it looked like a SMG or a PCC, basically like a smaller caliber pulse rifle in there. So some new weapons, new Space Marine weapons.
Let's go.
Yep, August. What was it? August 12th.
Hey, it's coming out on Disney Plus. Well, good thing I'm a subscriber.
Yeah, I got other ways of being able to watch it. But yeah,
Well, we're going to be watching this one and putting it on our Patreon.
yeah, 100% for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Definitely.
And
looking
maybe we
forward to this
we have
series.
some live stream watch parties at the conclusion of the episodes.
Yeah, I'd be down to talk about them. Hell, well, crap. I don't know what time the episodes will drop. It might be too late.
Yeah, we'll have
but
to find that out.
I was going to say we could maybe get Mr. H on here and talk about it because he's a huge alien guy. He's really hyped for this series.
All right, so buying and selling this show, I'm buying it.
Same.
I'm hyped. I think it's going to be great. I'm a little disappointed. It's only 8 episodes, but
Yeah.
guys, if this thing is good, let's all get on board. Let's watch this thing so we can get more of it.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% on this, but I think each episode is almost an hour long.
Good.
So, I mean, you're looking at probably around 8 hours of basically an 8 hour long movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, final thoughts. Alien Earth.
Yeah, I mean, I got some concerns, but I'm looking forward to the show. I hope it's good. We haven't really gotten a whole lot of good content from the Aliens and Predator universe in the last decade, but I thought Romulus was pretty decent. Prey was pretty decent, and then Killer of Killers was pretty good for an animated Predator thing. But yeah, live action Alien show. I'm on board.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here. As we always say, we are UREBN. Big shout out and special thanks to all of our channel members and our patrons over on Patreon. We appreciate you and your support, and we appreciate you guys for watching this video. So we will see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.